Have you seen Elaine? Or Valdemar? Realus fell in the lower chamber. We were separated. The fog blinded us.
Welcome to MojoPlays, where we'll be discussing the most interesting Elder Scrolls theories that many fans consider confirmed.
Mike loves the people of Skyrim. Many interesting things they say to each other.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Thalmor want to destroy the towers.
Your invitation, please. Thank you, sir. Go right in.
If anyone tells you they're a Thalmor fan, that's a huge red flag. They're the Elder Scrolls equivalent of racial supremacists, believing the elves are the greatest race of all. As of Skyrim, their goal is the pacification and purification of Tamriel. This has led fans to theorize that they plan to destroy the towers. They're ancient structures that stabilize the mortal realm. If the Thalmor succeed, they'll end the mortal plane, but on the bright side, their souls will return to divinity. In each game so far, a tower's been deactivated, like the White Gold Tower in Oblivion, so this conspiracy could span centuries. Who is Mike?
Mike knows much, tells some. Mike knows many things others do not.
Every fan of the series is acquainted with Mike the Liar, a wandering Khajiit featured in Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and the Elder Scrolls Online. This has led to tons of theories about his origins. This implies he either comes from a long line of Maiks or he's an immortal being. The latter theory can be extended to claim Maik has achieved Kim. The nature of Kim is beyond the video's scope, but it's a state of consciousness free from the laws of reality. Alternatively, he could just be a running gag the developers find funny. Tiber Septim is 3 people. The name Tiber Septim is one of the most frequently uttered words in the Elder Scrolls. Also known as Talos or Hjalti Earlybeard, he became emperor and unified the continent at the end of the Second Era. After dying, he ascended to godhood, becoming the 9th Divine. Before that, he was 3 separate people, Hjalti, Wulfarth, and Arcus. It's a complicated story, but when they utilized the powerful magic golem, the Numidium, they were metaphysically merged into one person. As a result, the god Talos isn't simply Tiber Septim, but an amalgamation of him and 2 other people.
We go now to Aetherius without shame. Farewell.
Kim gives superpowers. Only a handful of individuals are confirmed to achieve Kim in the series. The only character you meet who has Kim is Vivec in Morrowind. His book, The 36 Lessons of Vivec, explicitly references it, saying it allows him to reshape reality and exist outside of time. One explanation for its origins is that it's the realization they're fictional characters. After realizing reality is an illusion, they risk annihilation. If their individuality is maintained, they acquire Kim. It makes you more powerful than any god, sort of like if the characters acquired console commands, but to a higher degree. Soul gems are hist sap. The Hist are one of the most interesting pieces of lesser-known Elder Scrolls lore. They're sentient trees that populate Black Marsh, home of the Argonians. They're fairly complicated creatures connected to dreams and souls. Additionally, their sap can alter your perception of reality and time. Soul gems simply trap a soul in a timeless stasis and are generally mined in Black Marsh. As such, some fans wonder if soul gems are made from hist sap. Unfortunately for its supporters, soul gems are often described as geological crystals. There's also not much evidence supporting the theory, but given how mysterious the Hist are, it doesn't feel far-fetched. The sleeping tree is a Hist tree. In Whiterun Hold, players can find a mysterious tree glowing purple in a pond. There are a few interesting myths surrounding its origin. One claims that after Red Mountain erupted, a rock crashed into Skyrim with a tree growing out of its destruction. Another says it comes from Tamriel, which, to oversimplify, is a floating dream island within Oblivion. Some fans believe the sleeping tree fell from Tamriel, making it a rogue hist tree. This explains why it's so peculiar, alongside giving it an origin that makes sense. Maybe the next game will take us to Black Marsh, finally giving fans insight into these mystical trees. The player is an avatar of Lorkhan. Lorkhan is the god of all mortals, often associated with the creation of Mundus. This makes him one of the most important gods in the series. Lorkhan's heart created the world, binding the mortal with the divine. Theories say his divine essence was shattered into mortal forms. One fragment is the player imbued with Lorkhan's power. This is supported by the player finding artifacts linked to Lorkhan in every game, such as the Heart of Lorkhan in Morrowind. Therefore, the player embodies Lorkhan's spirit of rebellion and change. They're not just heroes, they're fulfilling a cosmic role, defying destiny and fate simultaneously. Time is directional. Time works quite differently in the Elder Scrolls than it does in reality. It's not linear, being able to bend, loop, and fracture. One theory claims time is bizarrely directional. It places Tamriel at the center, therefore implying Akavir in the east resides in the future. In the west, Yokuda exists in the past, alongside the cataclysm that destroyed it. It's contentious for an Elder Scrolls theory, but interesting despite that. Alternatively, it could be simply due to time zone differences. Therefore, Akavir is in the future in the same way Australia is in the future to an American. Pellinol Whitestrake is a robot from the future. During the First Era, the humans of Cyrodiil revolted against their alien overlords who had enslaved them for centuries. One of the most pivotal figures in the fight was Pellinol Whitestrake, a demigod who was one of the wildest figures in the series. He was known for brutal, sudden rages where he indiscriminately slaughtered masses of people for apparently no reason. The Song of Pellinol describes him as possessing futuristic technology, making fans wonder if he is a cyborg sent back in time to save the humans, kinda like Cyrodiil's Terminator. While it's interesting, plus it fits the series' themes, a lot of fans find it too sci-fi to take seriously. The Dwemer became the Numidium.
When the brass tower rocks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles.
Easily one of the most interesting parts of the Elder Scrolls history is the Dwemer. Centuries before the games, they disappeared entirely at the Battle of Red Mountain, as described in Morrowind. The goal was to transcend mortality through a colossal golem, the Numidium. The widely accepted theory is that they sacrificed their entire race, infusing themselves into said golem, thus becoming the skin of a collective godlike machine. The Dwemer's fate can be discussed for hours, making us wish the newer games discussed the nature of divinity in the same way Morrowind does. What's your favorite Elder Scrolls theory, and do you think it's true? Let us know in the comments below.